All right, so welcome to our Stars Call. Thank you so much, Michelle, you're the bomb.com, for being on this call. We sure hope that everyone can catch the recording. Tonight we're going to really focus on flipping your hostesses and really just getting those team members in other creative ways, such as flipping your hostesses. So I'm going to start, and then Justin and Carrie can add their 2 cents in, and we will have 3 superstars giving you some amazing ideas. So one thing that I love to do, first of all, let's talk about flipping your host. So some of you might be like, what is flipping your host? I'm hoping that maybe you have flipped a host in the past. You guys are stars and superstars, and so I know you've recruited, so I'm hoping maybe in the past you have flipped a host. But give me 1 second. Sorry, I have them doing dishes, which is super amazing in the background, but super loud. So back to flipping your hostesses. So what that really is they're basically doing a decider party, and maybe they've just booked a party without even wanting to join, and by you planting that seed in their ear about, hey, you know what, maybe you should just do this party, and think about if this is something you guys want to do in the future. We can flip this party, which means that I will give you all of the orders from the party. So you as the consultant are still going and doing all the work. It's just like you're doing a regular party. But in the end, if she decides or he decides to join, you will then gift them all the orders, and you will also gift them any parties that were booked from that party. So basically what you're doing is you're starting their own business for them. You're giving them orders, you're giving them parties. All they have to do is click the join button. They still have to pay the $99 or the $49. You can't use Hostess Rewards to do any of that. You cannot pay for kits. That's another big, huge thing. That is a big, huge compliance no-no. You cannot pay for anybody's kit. But so basically what you're doing is you're giving them a guarantee that they're going to have X dollars in commissions, because they already know what their sales are, and they're already going to have 2 or 3 or however many parties you booked from that party. They're already going to have that. So I call that just flipping your host. Now, if I have somebody who's kind of on the fence that, has talked about joining, but is just not taking that plunge, I know we have a lot of them that do that, and I have a lot of them this month, and I'm just like, why can't you just click the join button? It's $49. It's the price of the warmer, really. Like, you really have nothing to lose. But we still have those that are on the fence that you just need to give them that little extra, like, oops, sorry, did I really just push you off that ledge? So what I do is I give them a decider party. So a lot of times I'll do the same thing. I will go in and do a home party if they want. I will even give them a basket party, or just maybe a few testers, maybe 10 to 12 testers, give them some catalogs, some order forms. And I tell them to go and own it like they were the consultant. And then at the end, if they decide they want to join, again, the same thing. They get all the orders. They get all any additional host parties that were booked. And they can now join. If they decide not to, they still win because they get the host rewards, and you still win because you get PRV, right? So there's a lot of ways that you can go about flipping your host. One of the main things that has been huge for me to recruit is at my parties, and I should have brought it out, but it's like in my closet, and it probably would be crazy for me to get it. But maybe while one of the other girls is talking, maybe I'll go find it. I have this huge check, like big check that I do. It's life size. So it's not just some regular check. Like, I mean, this is great. Like, here's my checkbook, right? So this is a great way. If you don't want to make a big check, you can actually write them out a fake check. But pause for effect. I'm just saying, the bigger the better, because then everyone sees. So at my parties, what I do is at the end of the party, I always pull everybody to the side. I talk to them about booking their own party. I help them put things in combine and save packages. I talk to them about their wish list, yada, yada, yada. Then at the end of the party, I will total up everything, because my goal is to always close that party that night. And so I always tell my host to get all the outside orders prior to her party starting. So then I'm ready to close that party. So I know exactly how much commission I would make. So then what I do is I write this big old check, and I write it paid to the order of Carrie Hickey, right? Because she's my host tonight. And I write in the amount that I would be getting in my commission. Not my commission, because I'm at a different level, as a 20% essential consultant. That's what I write in there. And I present that check to her at the party with all the guests present. And I say, you know what? I just wanted to share with you that if Carrie decides to join tonight, I'm going to gift her all of these orders. And we booked 3 parties. So I'm going to gift her that. Plus, and I show the check, she would have earned $150 just by doing what I did tonight. So it plants that seed, not just in my hostess's eyes, but it also plants the seed with any other guest sitting there thinking, wow, maybe I could do the same thing. And just for sitting here having a glass of wine, sharing some sense, she got $150. This is something I could use. So that has been my number one recruiting. That's been my best recruiting tool, I guess you want to call it. That has helped me a lot. And you always want to plant seeds from the minute you start host coaching. You want to, it's like any commercial. You hear a commercial once and it just kind of goes over your head. You hear it 2 times and it's kind of embedded in your brain. By the 3rd time, you know what that commercial is. They don't even have to say what the name. My kids always do this thing where a TV thing will come on and they'll be the first one to say what that brand is, right? So because they've heard it so many times. So it's the same thing with either with joining and with hosting parties. So while you're at a party, or even just with when you're doing your follow-ups, if you follow up one time and they're not jumping on that join button, that's okay, but you got to follow up again and follow up again. When you're at a party, you got to plant that seed at the beginning when you first host coach. You got to plant that seed again when you follow up. You got to plant that seed again at the party. You got to plant that seed after the party. And they still may not join. I mean, you cannot give up. You've got to stay persistent, but not bugging. There's a difference. You don't want to be that high pressure type of salesperson. You just want to, you can feel when it's the right time to follow up and the right time to insert that, that seed in their ear. So those things alone have really helped me to be a much better team builder, because it's all goes on consistency. I can't tell you enough. You have to be consistent. No matter what you do, when you do it consistently, it is going to work. So I'm going to open the floor to either Carrie or Jess, whoever else wants to join in.
All right, well, I have some things, Carrie, and I will definitely give you some time for the floor too, because I only got a small amount of things because Kelly went over a lot of it. So the thing that I wanted to say is I'm always looking for those who are interested in the opportunity anyways, who say that, they would love to go ahead and join, but they just don't have the money, or just show some interest. I will, and they're just not ready to pull that trigger. I just can't get them to go ahead and join right away. I'll just have them have a party. Go ahead and have a party first, and then I'm going to tell you what I do at these parties, whether or not they were from somebody who was interested in joining or not. Every host is going to get what I'm going to talk about next. So a lot of times you do want to target the people that might be interested in joining, and then just have them host a party and then go from there, because the odds are a little bit better if they're already interested to begin with. So when you have a home party, always you want to chat with them when you arrive. You want to find out a little bit more about them. You want to find like their hot button of what would make them a great consultant and why they should join Scentsy in the first place. So you want to ask about their family. You see pictures on their wall, what they do for work if you don't already know. Just kind of feel them out and just do some chatting with them. And your first impression of a Scentsy consultant into her home is huge. You do not want to be walking in like the bag lady. You want to make sure you have a nice little setup, just a bag or maybe 2, like a little over-the-shoulder bag and like an actual bag that you bring in for your stuff. You do not want to be overloaded. You want to make this look as easy as pie for them, okay? So you're not sitting there pulling out, so many tricks out of this magic hat. It's just a couple of bags, that's it, making it look super easy. If they ask you to help set up, say, yeah, absolutely. I grab this bag, go ahead, you can help me set up. Yeah, I usually just put my testers over here, and oh, this is a counter cleaner. So we'll chat about all this stuff while she's helping me set up. She's getting her hands into the Scentsy, and now I'm feeling like, all right, well, let's keep her doing this stuff. So however help you set up. And again, it's just a matter of see how much little I take too. So if she's helping me set up, she's just seeing all the little amounts that we're putting together, and it's coming together pretty quick. And I usually will tell her, I'm like, oh, I have the same setup, at every party anyways. So Sounds like a Mack truck's going off. So so I'll usually bring something else specific to the host if they want to see something, but I usually pretty much have my own same setup. So it's super quick for me to, put together and super quick for me to take down. So something quick and easy to put up. I encourage my host to share a lot during the party, always asking her to share some of her favorite products. Share what she loves about her warmers. How many warmers does she have? What's her favorite scent? Just share. Get her talking. Get her really like one of the main characters of this party, because there's a lot of times that we'll go in and we'll just sit up front and we're the star of the show pretty much, and they don't really know us. So let's bring it to your host being the star. Let's have them start talking about what they love and their products. That's getting them familiar and seeing their knowledge about how much they know. And you might get a guest or two saying, oh my gosh, Sally, you know all this stuff. Why don't you do what she does? There's one of the hot spots. That's one of like the ding dings going off there. So you want to make sure that she is active in her own party, whether it be, you can do this on Facebook too. It's harder to flip on Facebook. If I was to flip on Facebook, I make sure that she collects the orders by herself, or I do a Google form. So nobody's ordering online. So you can flip on Facebook, but make sure nobody's ordering online. Google Forms only. And making sure she's as active as possible. And then you want to say things to her also because of her knowledge. Just say, oh my gosh, Susie, you'd make an awesome consultant. Wouldn't she, ladies? And you want to strike up everybody to kind of convince the host that, oh my gosh, she would be amazing. And then one of her friends might be like, heck, I would buy from you if you sold this. Like, this would be awesome if you decided to sell Scentsy. So leave it kind of all to them. Like, everybody's kind of plugging the seed to her. Like, she should sell because she's doing great. Obviously, so you want to continue to do your party, but during the party, you want to keep plugging those seeds. You want to book parties, so you want to have some form of a game or something that you do to make sure that you're booking parties at this party for her. Because at the end, just like Kelly was saying, you're going to offer the opportunity to flip her party. So whether it be a check or whatnot, I don't use the checks because I just keep it very vague. I usually say, this, oh, there it is. That is so awesome. I love it. I just keep mine, kind of vague. I just say, oh my gosh, you would make all the commission off of this party. Like, wouldn't that be so exciting? I mean, we haven't gone over the compensation plan or anything at this moment. So, I mean, her mind can be anywhere about what she's going to be making right now until we actually sit down and go over those details when she's ready. But I'll just like, you'll take everything. Like, I will go ahead, you get all of these orders, and those 3 parties that I just booked, those are yours. And you're going to take all your friends with you. Like, those are going to be your customers. And you're going to be able to find so many more friends than just right here. But these are yours today. And guess what? They all ordered wax, so they're going to need reorders within 2 to 3 months. So they're going to be coming to you now. So you want to make sure at the end of the party you're offering that flip, but you're not just saying, what do you think about flipping? You are talking like you're planting the seed hardcore. Like, you would be amazing at this. You were so good at your party tonight. Your party was amazing. We booked 3 parties. Your friends, decided that they wanted to have some parties too because they had such a good time. And I think you would be awesome at this. What do you think? Do you think you do this? Well, I don't know if I could do it. I really think you'd do it. And guess what? Like, if you decide to go ahead and do this, then I'm going to give you everything. You're going to get all these orders. You get to have those bookings. So doesn't that sound pretty good, right? You're going to make your first check all from this one party. So how exciting is that? So what do you say? You want to go ahead and join? So by offering that, it plants the seed. Again, like Kelly was saying, constant planting seeds. But because of that party went the way it did, she's really excited. And the only way you're really going to get somebody to join is by excitement. Really, they have to be excited to do this. And if they're not, you just lose them. That's why I say when you are recruiting, you only have 24 to 48 hours total to follow up with somebody because their excitement dwindles. So you really want to get them as soon as they're excited. So at a party is the best time to do it, to flip your host. Go ahead, Carrie. I'm done.
For sure. I do similar. I'll flip this around real quick if I can. Or maybe I can't. Hold on. Can you see this check?
Yes.
Those are what I print off.
I'll share it.
Yeah.
On the page. So those are just small checks, not the big flashy thing, but I always give them Susie the host, Tell them how much they're getting in free, how much they're getting at half price. And then I used to do 2 different note cards, but I've been using this check and just sharing the check and saying, this can also be yours if you join. And we start talking about the join opportunity. And I always try to keep in mind how many times they've hosted for me in the past. So say somebody's hosted for me 6 times. I'll say, do you realize that you've lost out on $600 in income that you could have had? That's just from your own parties. Now let's think about some of your friends who booked parties from me as well, and just kind of get them thinking about how that was easy money that they could have had. I do offer the join opportunity to all of my hosts. Sometimes it takes them hosting multiple times. You know, not this past fall, but the fall before, I had someone join my team who was my very first host. And she hosted 2 to 3 times a year for me. And every single time I'd give her the same spiel. And anytime we'd have a special on, a join special, I would always give her a quick message or a call and let her know. And one day she just messaged me off the top of, I wasn't even planning on talking to her about it at that moment. And she messaged me and said, I just joined.
Wow.
And I was shocked, and it was 5 years of her being a hostess before she finally took the leap. So don't ever discount someone just because you've asked them before or they've hosted for you a couple of times. I'll say another set of girls joined my team. Oh, it's been just about 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in May that they've been with us. They hosted parties twice a year. They were my biggest parties every time. And I asked them to join every time. And then finally, this one time, they said, yeah, I think we're going to do it. So they joined together as a team. There was 3 girls that always hosted kind of together. And then the other one ended up joining 2 months later with her sister as a team. So, and it didn't affect my business any. Yes, I lost those 2 big parties a year, but both of their teams are doing amazing. So don't ever not ask someone to join because you're afraid to lose the income of their party.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I'm glad that you brought that up because I forgot that a lot of times that we think I don't want to recruit them because they're my best customer, but you'll get paid tenfold. What's that saying that says, sales are your income for today, recruiting is your sales for tomorrow, or something to that nature? But that's so true.
Yep.
All right.
So that's all I had, really, because you girls covered it all. We're thinking along the same line.
Yeah. And again, I think I can't tell you enough. Consistency is really what's going to make the biggest difference. Is being consistent conversations, not just at parties, but just out and about as you're meeting people. Always talk about the opportunity. And like Jess said, share your passion. That sells every time. You're really not selling the business. You don't have to share the business. You're really selling yourself. So building those connections wherever you go really just makes a huge bit of difference. So do you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you do maybe that you want to share with the rest of the group that watches the recording? All right. Well,
No question.
No? Okay.
I have a party next weekend that I'm excited to try to flip. She's a longtime graded school friend, and I have introduced her. I think she got a sample first of washer whiffs, and now she is a Laundry Love Bundle customer. And she just can't get enough of it. So she booked a show. And so I'm driving, I think about 40 minutes to where she lives, but it's kind of cool because we've reconnected after several years of not really, we reconnected on Facebook a couple years ago and comment on pictures here and there, but we've reconnected closer once she started ordering Scentsy as well. So I'm excited to try Jess's Saran ball game. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince her that even if she just started this for herself and her laundry love habit, then she could, get a couple of friends to order and keep herself in business and make the money off from the product that she likes. So hopefully,
Yeah, just know, how many times does she order her laundry bundle? I mean, is it every 2-3 months? Because if it's every 3 months, all she needs to do is place one order every 3 months anyways. So if she's ordering that laundry love every 3 months, she's going to be, a quarter of the way there anyhow. So if she's got other friends and family members that are going to be placing orders anyways, so she doesn't even need to go out and really push for sales at this point, because she's going to be her own best customer with the laundry love. She's going to pay herself back. So if you think of it that way, it's kind of like a, hey girl, like, come on, you can do this. You can do this. Pay yourself back for that laundry bundle.
Well, not only that, but then you can just say, you know what, you love it so much, you just go out and do the same. You share the laundry with everybody else that you associate with, and there's you're getting it for free. You're right. It's
Exactly.
I think it's funny when people say, well, I'm not a salesperson. I'm like, well, okay, but the last time you found a lipstick that you loved, what did you do? You shared it with all your girlfriends. It's the same thing. You're just sharing the things that you love and that you're passionate about. There really is no difference other than now you're getting paid. That's it. So that's good. Good luck, Michelle. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Toes are crossed.
Yeah.
When you go to that, and I noticed I do really, really well when I do this, is when I forget I don't. On your way, driving there, you have to tell yourself, I am going to get a new recruit.
Yeah.
I am going to flip my hostess. I am going to have a good party. I am going to do this today. And when you just keep telling yourself that, like your whole vibe and your energy is so different when you walk into the home. And more than likely, you're going to leave with a new teamie and you're going to have a great party.
Yeah.
Well, I already say that because I already said that to her. I said, well, if you're not going to sign up, then I'm just going to hit one of your teacher friends that are at the party, because they're going to love the stuff. And then they can order laundry stuff off from both of us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
She's somebody that's really close to growing up there,
Yeah.
so give her a hard time. But I was like, yeah, well, you don't need to sign up. That's fine. I'll just sign up your closest teacher friend that comes to the party, and her and I will continue to sell you your laundry love. It's fine. Maybe out of jealousy alone, because she knows I'll go after one of her friends. She'll
Right.
Hey, whatever works. I'm just going to say whatever works.
right? I thought I was going to have 2 sign up this month, but I'm not giving up, Carrie. I've messaged her again.
So maybe something that would help. I don't know if she's interested in the trip to Mexico, but if she joins this month and she places just a qualifying order, she gets 1,000 points. 1,000 points to the trip.
I've told this one that this is one that keeps telling me she wants to sign up, and she said, okay, well, let me know the next time you guys do the $49 special. And I said, oh, you'll definitely know, because it's going to be in my, in my VIP group for sure. So all month we've kind of had conversations back and forth, and like she keeps giving me different excuses. Like the first of the month, she was just like, oh, I paid my sewer bill. And so she keeps giving excuses. And now this last time she never answered my last message to her at all. That's okay. I sent her another one.
Mac Truck keeps showing up. I don't know what's going on. Mac Truck.
It's the SR group that Carrie created. It's creating mayhem in our chat tonight.
That is hilarious. One thing I was going to tell you, and you have to understand this is a lot easier to say than it is for them to do. So just be mindful about their situation. But the more she says, my sewer bill this, my this bill that, you could just say, Scentsy can take care of that. Like, I could teach you where I understand it's $49, right? She's already buying a laundry love for $50. So for $49, she could join and she can start earning her own commission on her own products that she's buying, and it could help pay her sewer bill and all the other bills that are coming up. So if you can help her, just say, how much is that bill that you're stressed out about? Okay, then it's $50. Okay, you need to sell X amount of Scentsy, and it'll pay for that. And I can tell you, I'll help you, I'll mentor you to be able to get that done. Think of Scentsy as a blessing. When we can bless others' lives by her not having to stress out about this bill and that bill and all the other bills that are coming in, anything extra would help.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's so much easier said than done because they're so blinded to, but I have to pay $49 that I don't have. But then I want to shake them and say, you're spending $50. No Laundry Love package. You can do this, like switch it over. Don't buy the Laundry Love right now. Flip
but on the other
inside
side,
out.
the other sense, like what I've been trying to get them to do this with is just like, oh yeah, you're spending $49, but you're not spending $49 on air. You're spending $49 and you're getting a warmer at the same price anyways, plus so much more. So you're actually purchasing something physical with it, plus a business. So I know a lot of people are like, well, I have to spend $49, and they feel like they're getting nothing, like physically nothing.
Yes.
But that's not true. Jeez, Kelly, you're in your Mack truck. Your hot date's here, ready to pick you up.
My husband left to work and it's on.
But I mean, they're getting something physical. Like, you're going to get an awesome warmer on top of that too. And what do you got to lose? Sell the warmer? Great. You just made your money back. And then now you're going to sell other stuff and you're going to make more money back. I mean, you're never at a loss here. You're never at a loss by that $49.
Yeah.
Never, never, never. Plus, you can write it off. I mean, there's so many things just with that one purchase that is so beneficial.
Yeah,
So
you have to just help them to see that, because I know for a fact I've been in this situation not so long ago where I'm just like this, tunnel vision. I cannot see anything else but what is directly in front of me. But I see all this debt. You guys, I just finished paying off our entire debt. And when you're in that situation, you can't focus on I want to do this or I want to do that. And you're just so narrow-minded. We are all like that. So we do help them and put it in a different perspective. You're not being pushy. You're not. You're helping them get out of a situation. And then you know what that's going to do for you in the long run? It's going to give you so many warm fuzzies. You're going to want to do it all over again. So stay on top of it. And like, Michelle and Kat, you're both saying, I'm not giving up. No, you're not. You're in the business to bless lives. Go out, go forth and do it. So, all right. I don't have anything else.
No.
Okay. Ladies, have anything else? And I know Jess expressed her great gratitude, and Kat, you joined in, and we are very grateful that you guys are taking the time and investing in your business to be a part of this and to be on the calls and to just not give up, It shows a lot. So.
For sure.
Thank you, ladies.
All right. Have a good night. We will chat with you guys next week. Happy end of the month.
Yay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.